It's like a classic scenario of, you think you know how to do an activity and then someone else is just playing at a different game.
8 elite mountain athletes pushing themselves in the ultimate competition.
We're here to show that these mountain sports are what we do.
It's definitely intimidating.
I'd rather go down in flames than to get second place.
It is time to crown our champions.
Hell yeah, it's in the bag.
I'm redlining.
Oh, he laid it down.
Oh, down.
Devastating.
This is Carter's strong suit.
It's definitely going to be a good show.
They're really good athletes. It seems stacked this season.
It's going to be a contest.
Welcome to Colorado's San Juan Mountains. We are back for Ultimate Mountain Athlete Season 2, presented by Toyota Trucks. I'm Amy Ingerbretson.
And I'm Craig McMorris. This area is beautiful yet demanding and will challenge our 8 elite athletes, pushing them to the ultimate test, Amy.
That's right, we've got 4 men and 4 women who are going to battle it out in challenges in 3 different disciplines of alpine sports. We've got rock climbing,
There it is.
skiing, and mountain biking. And the way this is all going to work is each athlete is going to accumulate points based on how they perform in each challenge. But at the end of all of it, only 1 man and 1 woman will be crowned with the title of Ultimate Mountain Athlete Champion, and they're going to take home a prize package of $20,000 each. Last season, we saw 8 athletes enter the gauntlet of these challenges.
Pedal, pedal, pedal.
At the end of it all, though, when the dust literally settled, Molly Armanino and Nick McNutt were crowned our first ever Ultimate Mountain Athletes.
Got it.
Woohoo! And what's super cool, they are back as judges here for Season 2, so they know exactly what our athletes are going through.
8 fresh faces will enter the ring and have their chance to showcase their talents across multiple mountain sports. Who will rise to the occasion? That's what we're here to find out.
We've returned to the San Juan Mountains, a rugged, remote range in southwestern Colorado, known for its dramatic peaks, its unpredictable weather, and more than anything, the world-class terrain. We have everything here from high alpine mountain faces to desert single track, and really it's some of the most diverse landscapes in North America, which makes it the perfect proving grounds for this competition.
Our first venue, the Uncompahgre Gorge. This is a canyon carved in the landscape above the town of Ouray. It's also home to the Ouray Ice Park, as well as a plethora of different climbing routes. These will challenge our athletes, not only their strength and their focus, but their composure.
Next, we go to Silverton Mountain for our ski challenges. And Silverton is really known for its steep, ungroomed slopes and backcountry style experience.
We then move to Durango, Colorado, where lies Mesa Park. 1,800 acres of expanse, home to 300 miles of single-track mountain bike terrain. This will test our athletes' speed, focus, and their bike handling abilities.
But first, let's go check in with the athletes at the lodge.
Tell me about arriving to the lodge.
Didn't really know what to expect, and walk up this road and you're kind of in the woods, and suddenly the house shows up.
So cool.
So sick. And it's this stunning wood structure with massive glass windows and Ultimate Mountain Athlete on the front, and that's when it really sunk in that it was real, that this was happening.
This is awesome. I had no idea we were gonna be so remote.
The lodge is sick.
This is the loft.
Super cool place, high up in the mountains.
Isn't it cute? Cool.
Do we have to bike up?
Feels legit.
Cool.
Awesome. You look good. You look good too.
We've been joking, I don't think we could be sleeping any higher. We're at the top of the pass.
I'm feeling the altitude.
What are we, 11,000 feet up here?
Being at altitude is definitely tough.
Feeling it.
Impossible climb. Oh, I dropped the scan. I'm really psyched to be here. It's been fun to meet everyone. They're all super genuine, really nice people, and I think I got a lot of new best friends when I head home.
We all kind of are cut from similar cloths, but we all coming from different places.
Everyone seems like they're really good athletes. Like it seems stacked this season.
Definitely nervous. It's definitely intimidating, but I'm also, super stoked. It's really cool, really rad to be here.
Right now, I'm a healthy mix of excited and nervous for every single discipline.
I'm looking forward to seeing how Personally, I act in a high-pressure competitive environment because it's been so long since I've done competition.
You know, half the reason I signed up was watching the first season. I'm like, oh, I got that, I could do that. Oh yeah, now you're here and, you know, looking at it all in person and the nerves are starting to, you know, rumble a little bit.
Can't wait to compete. I haven't done a competition in a while, so get those competitive nerves going and throw together some runs.
It's definitely gonna be a good show.
To open the competition, we're going rock climbing.
We're here in the Uncompahgre Gorge above the town of Ouray, Colorado. Athletes will have 3 attempts at pre-bolted sport routes, which range in difficulty from 5.9 to 5.12B. They will have 1 attempt per route. If they top out, they fall off the wall, or if they do not climb that route in 10 minutes, they're finished either way.
There will be bonus points awarded if the athlete makes it to the top of the route, completing this end. Now, the athletes are not going to be allowed to watch each other. They've never seen or climbed these routes before, so they are truly on-sighting.
I've been like starving with no appetite. Calm day, bro. Heavy breathing.
All right, let's get this thing started with a bang here in Ouray on the wall, heading straight into a rock climbing challenge. That's coming up right now on the Ultimate Mountain Athlete.
All right, I'm ready.
On the men's side, we have McRae Williams from Park City. McRae combines elite freestyle skiing with a true love of the outdoors. He is an X Games medalist, a world champion competitor, an Olympian, and apparently he's not too shabby with a fly rod.
Tricky climbing because they're all on-sighting. This is the first climber on the route, so there won't be any chalk.
We are the judges. I'm Nick McNutt.
And I am Molly Armanino.
And I'm Dawn Glantz.
And we're judging to make sure that no one weights the rope or grabs onto any quick draws.
We are also looking for the difficulty of the climb and how fast they climb it.
We'll be watching all the climbers today to be sure they do exactly what they need within the allotted amount of time they have. 90 seconds. Oh, yeah.
Good to get the jitters out a little bit. First climb in a while, so stoked to get on the wall and break the ice, so to speak.
Up next, Thorn Merrill, probably our strongest climber. Let's see if he can prove us right here.
Oh, I'm off.
Sweet. You know, I climb a good bit, so it's usually something I'm comfortable with, but I think your mind can really make you climb better or worse than you think you would.
Well, he's not making it look hard, though.
He's expected to be the strongest climber of the group.
Born in Morrisville, Vermont, Thorn Merrill, the first time he ever went skiing out west at 10 years old, that bug stuck with him. He has now moved his life to Salt Lake City, where he climbs, he bikes, he skis.
I was a lot more nervous than I thought I was gonna be, just with the cameras and everyone watching.
I'm good.
Okay, so we just had Thorn slip and fall. I'm kind of shocked. Like, we were obviously expecting big things from him.
But this is on site, this is under time. You put all that together and the slip of a hand can totally change his competition. Carter Krasny, growing up in Whistler, British Columbia, and like many Whistlerites, competing from a very young age in biking and skiing.
This guy's arms bent a little more than some.
Otherwise, I'm pretty impressed for him not being the most experienced climber.
3 climbers, 3 falls, biting off a little bit more than they can chew. Let's see if there's some completions coming up.
Dude, I can't believe Carter didn't make this one. I'm freaked out, bro.
Parkin Costain has been skiing since he was a toddler in Whitefish, Montana, and now he thrives in big mountain terrain, both on skis and bikes. He is also a Kings and Queens of Corbett's title winner.
So he's a little bit slower, but if he can get to the top, then it was worth taking his time.
Yeah, definitely.
15 seconds left.
Oh, jeez. Oh, right on the clock, right on it.
Yes! Woo! Nice send, Parkin!
All right.
I don't know why he went so fast. He had 9 more seconds he could have used.
Dude, I did not think I was gonna make that.
3 out of 4 of the men fall on their first climb. Coming up next, let's see if the women can do any better.
All right, Anna, it's our first female starting us off on this 5'10".
Anna Asimont, she is a freeride skier who transitioned from gymnastics to the mountains. Her big, bold style earned her the 2025 Queen of Corbett's title. can see right away Anna is using her legs in a way that neither Carter or Parkin were.
There we go, a masterclass.
I haven't been climbing outside in a while, but it kind of reminded me how much I love climbing, and it was a super great experience. I loved it.
If you grew a human being in a lab for this contest, I don't think it would be comparable to Sienna Peterson. The 19-year-old from Salt Lake City has more accolades and more trophies in her bedroom than I think any 19-year-old on the planet.
Quite impressive for a 19-year-old, I must say.
Take. Woo! Oh, sick.
2 top outs from the women's side thus far. Up next, Celeste Pomerantz, her first look.
Nervous. Definitely nervous.
West Vancouver Celeste Pomerantz, the 31-year-old, honed her skills growing up on the mountains in North Vancouver. Ski raced for 10 years, now has her career set in big mountain skiing as well as biking.
Wow, instantly so windy.
She's going so fast.
She needs to clip in, and this will be our fastest time.
Take. Apparently I did it really quickly. I was super nervous, but not because it was difficult, just because of everything.
Well, when I get nervous, I tend to go fast, and that's what I did. And I don't know if I did it very clean, but I did it.
If I was feeling good, I was hoping to get on the 12B, but I didn't know the rock. I didn't know how stiff or how soft the climbing would be, and I didn't know how it was all gonna feel, so that was a tentative plan.
Hailing from Lake Tahoe, my girl, Kelsey Wittels. She has a background in freeride skiing and the endurance side of the sport.
Just so strong and fluid. Even though she's kind of pawing around, she's trying to lead with her feet.
It's been 3 years since I tore my ACL. And all along, I wanted to get back to competition, but the main goal was to be able to ski the rest of my life. So I did what was actually kind of a new ACL repair at the time called the Bear implant, which was supposed to be better for longevity. It meant that I would be able to ski much longer, hopefully. That was something that I always wanted to prioritize because I love competing, I love being out there, but at the end of the day, I want to be in the mountains and being outside the rest of my life, and I'll do whatever it takes for that. Welcome to my crib. Welcome to the garage. These are all my skis. We had to reinforce the garage wall to support all of my skis. Should probably get rid of a couple. My name is Kelsey Wittels, and I'm from Tahoe, California, and I'm a freeride skier. I really do think that I compete because I love competition. I love the headspace, and I love putting myself in a spot where I'm going to push myself harder than I would have otherwise. And I think winning is an awesome side effect. Both my parents are fantastic skiers. My dad is 41 years of ski instructing, and then my grandpa actually still is an instructor at 92 years old. That's the goal. I would love to be skiing at 92. When I went to the East Coast, I was working a normal job and started to get pretty bored, so I started entering ski competitions there, and when I started winning all the ones on the East Coast, I decided it was time to come back out west and start competing out here. And so then I was with the big dogs. Molly Armanino, for instance, is one of the big dogs. Molly, hi, how are you? Oh. Everyone in the freeride community seems to support each other and encourage each other and push each other in ways that are really productive.
I'm so sorry to hear about your injury. I feel like it's never at the right time.
Injury is something that every pro athlete has to think about. It's a crazy line that we walk, right? Where we're pushing ourselves to our limits almost every time we go out, but then we're right on the brink of something that could mean an end to your ski career.
I found out I got the spot to compete on UMA, and I was so psyched. And I went to the park and undershot one jump and just cased so hard, and my shoulder got kind of pulled back. Of course, the worst timing ever. Like, come on, I've never hurt my shoulder before skiing.
So now I kind of switched from hardcore training to now hardcore rehab to try to get back into prime condition.
Progression isn't linear. There's going to be a fall and then a bounce back. Reframing what your expectations are and spending time focusing on your recovery and yourself.
With that comes the headspace. How can I push myself and train while also not getting injured leading up to the competition?
If Kelsey can get her last clip, she will be the fastest woman so far.
She said she like kind of climbs for fun. Woo. She just like out of the bag, fastest time up the 10.
I was lucky in that I went last. I just had to climb it the fastest out of anyone. Kind of trusted my feet, trusted my hands, and went as fast as I could up that climb.
We're back at the climbing venue with attempts 1 of 3 in the books thus far.
Some of the times were really close together. So we actually have our top women, Kelsey and Celeste, basically tied here.
Okay, so women go 4 for 4, men a little different, 1 for 4. Attempts number 2 coming up right now.
Went a little too big right out the gates, but all in my head now.
McRae starting his second climb.
Alrighty.
Going down in difficulty from his first climb.
I know skiing's not forever. I want to be able to enjoy each and every moment. You know, I got to be in the present and celebrate that and enjoy it while it lasts. My name is McRae Williams. I'm from Park City, Utah, and I'm a professional skier. My approach to life, pretty cliche. Just, you know, work hard, be grateful. Try to remind myself every day just how fortunate I am to be where I am and live the life that I do. Beautiful morning, got the fresh groom, sun's out. Can't complain, this is what dreams are made of, so yeah. I grew up here in Park City, Utah. Got into skiing at a really young age, ended up getting into competing, and yeah, the rest is history. Growing up in a mountain town, had a lot on my side as far as getting into sports. 19 years old, ended up qualifying for Dew Tour in Breckenridge. Started getting invites to X Games. Ended up having my best season ever just before the 2018 Olympics. Had it all going, you know, they say don't peak too early, and that might have been the story here. Ended up having a little bit of a crash late in practice. Got a grade 3 MCL tear. To be at the top of your game and do the best run of your life on the world stage is a lot to ask with an injury like that. When you've had a taste of that winning feeling and you're not getting that, it's very devastating. I've found throughout competing that, you know, your mentality and all that, you know, kind of stuff really shapes your reality. Do a ton of biking these days in the summer. Great way to stay in shape for skiing in the winter, and I climbed a ton in my teenage years, but since it's taken a little bit of a backstage to some of the other, you know, higher priority things in my life these days. Had a really good upbringing, but unfortunately at 10 years old, my dad passed away. Quickly became the man of the house at a young age. My mom was super amazing, just so supportive, did everything she could to help keep me on my path as a skier. About 4 years ago, my mom had a series of strokes. You know, originally I thought, okay, we're gonna get you the care you need and we're gonna get better and we're gonna get through this. But as the years have gone on, I've kind of learned that this is the new normal. She's probably not gonna get better. You know, you gotta be out there skiing each and every day, getting content, and I'm just kind of trying to go to the grocery store and get my mom dinner and you know, walk the dog. And it's like, you get injured, your sponsors know that's part of the sport, but with mom, it's kind of hard to explain. Try to kind of just keep it under wraps and fight through it, and I feel like that's not always the best way to go, so yeah. I owe it all to her for, you know, the success that I have had. That's one thing I feel like, you know, we go through a lot as professional athletes, is just these extreme highs and then these, you know, very low lows, deep depressions when you're just not on your game and you're not getting those results that you worked so hard for. And even in post having retired, like, you know, I sit here and I watch the Olympics from my couch and I get that fire. I feel that feeling in me, like, oh man, I want to be back there. I want that feeling again. But I had my time and I had my moments, and yeah, I'll cherish that forever.
Looking at this competition, what are you looking forward to the most?
Not gonna lie, I wouldn't be too upset taking the title and getting that winning feeling one more time.
After a fall on his first climb, McRae needs to top out to get some points.
Let's send. Does he know how tight it is? Come on, come on. Yes!
Oh, he's got to be psyched.
Yeah. Let's go.
There are still sends to go. This challenge isn't over yet.
Second climb was super fun. A lot more my style.
Wow.
That was so impressive. That was good movement.
Yeah, Thorn!
I feel like I have a chance of taking the top spot, but there's definitely some competition.
Woo! Oh, let's go!
I'm so proud of Carter.
I'm a climber now.
So stoked.
I feel like a mom. I'm very proud of him.
In the middle of climb 2, this is where it all comes down to.
Anna Isamov just attempted the hardest route we've seen, 5:11. She got 7 clips up, but still a valiant effort.
That's so hard.
And I wasn't super stoked with my performance on that. Like, I feel like I just didn't really show what my climbing abilities are.
I just like pumped myself out and just knew where I needed to go, but didn't quite make it.
Oh my God. Tank. Yeah. Damn, that sucks. I wasn't even like pumped out yet. I just got so scared.
I was really conflicted today on strategy versus climbing something that I'd be proud of.
Kelsey had an amazing, amazing attempt on her first climb.
She did, and here in attempt number 2, she's doing a route that Thorn Merrill did. It was hectic.
There was 2 cruxes. First crux felt pretty good. I got up to the second crux, and
That sounds hollow.
Oh no! Next time on Ultimate Mountain Athlete.
The hardest climb ever done in Ultimate Mountain Athlete history.
That is good TV.
This challenge is going to push our athletes to the absolute max.
Me and Parkin were
Just like neck and neck all the way to the top.
That was gnarly.
I wanted to just stop and give up the whole time.
When I crested, I like couldn't speak or breathe or really think.
We went climbing today in the Uncompahgre Gorge.
Uncompahgre. How do you say it?
We're doing this one word at a time. Uncompahgre. Gorge.
You couldn't have wore a more drab outfit for TV.
It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's rock climbing.